Tonight on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, this journalist's latest television expose has really upset Mr. Michael Ironside. And you don't want to upset Michael Ironside. Also, on a side note, I'm sorry for messing up your name, Mr. Ironside. Please don't hurt me. Tonight's movie, Visiting Hours.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror! Triskaidekaphilia. Yes, and tonight, we're going to continue on the slasher train with an 80s Canadian slasher, or slasher hybrid. It's got slasher elements. I'm going to throw it into the slasher bin. I mean, who cares, right? Right? You know, some snobs go, it's not a true slasher, it's the whatever. Screw you, man. I get to decide. It's my channel. Anyways, so tonight's movie is the movie Visiting Hours. Visiting Hours. So what is Visiting Hours about? Well, it is about a TV journalist who has having a on-air special forum talking about domestic violence, and apparently that kind of ticks off this psychopathic serial killer played wonderfully by Michael Ironside. And man alive, this guy, he decides to go to her place and attack her and try to kill her, but she escapes and of course becomes hospitalized, and that just kind of pisses him off even more. So he decides to go to the hospital to finish the job, and what happens is sort of a little cat and mouse thing where he's trying to get to her and she's being moved into different rooms, and then we get a little bit of like him going after the nurse in charge of her care, and it's an interesting kind of movie. Doesn't necessarily follow the same kind of slasher straightforward plot, but in the end, I think it does a really good job of what it's trying to do. So basically, is she going to be able to outwit the psychopathic murderer and survive, or is she just going to be another victim of his onslaught? So let's get to those scores, shall we? Violence and gore. I'm going to give this a 2.5 out of 5. There is some blood. There is some neat effects, like when he smashes the glass and he's got the bloody. But for the most part, it's pretty average. Not too bloody, not too gory. Kind of just an average amount for a slasher. No real spectacular kills. Just some basic stabbing and whatnot. So, 2.5 out of 5. Moving on to shock value. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. This movie does a good job of building up tension, and it does have some effective jump scares, especially one, oh man, that just gets you. Oh, when you think everything's safe, and then boom, bang. Anyways, so that one's pretty spectacular. So I'm giving it a solid 3 out of 5. Moving on to plot. Now this is where I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. The fact of the matter is, it's just such an interesting movie with interesting characters, and I think the story does a good job of kind of getting into the character of the killer as well as the journalist, and that kind of yin and yang of the movie, and the way it flows, and the scenes are done so well to build up that tension. And you really get a feel for the characters in this. Basically the three main characters, the head nurse, the journalist, and of course the killer, and it weaves a nice tale, and it shows kind of like, you know, how like this guy might be unhinged, but he's also very thoughtful and planning. And so I think it does really good job crafting the story and getting the pieces into place and keeping you interested and keeping you on the edge of your seat. So there you go, 4 out of 5. Moving on to acting, I'm also going to give this a 4 out of 5. I mean, come on. Michael Ironside, whatever he's in, he's great in, and he's really good as this sadistic, deranged, but yet somehow somewhat human character, and it's just a mesmerizing performance. The actress who plays the journalist does a great job of the sort of uncertainty, the fear. The head nurse does a great job. William Shatner's in it as kind of like this executive producer guy, and he does a good job too. So just pretty good performances all around. So 4 out of 5. Moving on to Nudity, 0 out of 5. Some opportunity and some opportunities wasted. There's like this scene where the killer invites this kind of loose-ish lady home, and he kind of brutalizes her, but you don't really see much of anything, which, there was quite opportunity there. But anyways, disappointing, 0 out of 5. Moving on, though, to enjoyment factor, I'm giving this a 4 out of 5. I really enjoy this movie. I love the tension. I love the jump scares. I love the characters and the acting, and the hospital setting is not, you're just not stuck in the hospital. It moves from place to place to place and is very interesting. And the thoughtfulness of the killer, just not monochrome, one note, but very calculating, very interesting, a wonderfully entertaining movie. 4 out of 5. And my overall impression of this movie is a 4 out of 5. It is great. It should be a classic in the slasher genre. And just a wonderful overall experience. And I think it's a must watch. It's a must watch. And one of the best hospital-based, even though it's not all in the hospital, but hospital-based horror movies that I've seen. So 4 out of 5 overall impression. And that averages out to a pretty solid 3.1 out of 5. Really could have feasted a little bit more on those extra points by upping up the violence a bit and, maybe giving us a little something. But anyways, still pretty damn solid. And there you have it. Visiting Hours, part of the 2 movie double feature with Bad Dreams. I don't know, is that foreshadowing? Perhaps. Yes, actually it is. Anyways, but there you have it. Visiting Hours. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Did you watch it? Do you agree with me, disagree with me? What was your opinion on it? And as always, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, all that yada yada junk that you're not going to do anyways because no one's watching at this point. But of course, if you are watching at this point, thank you, and thank you once again for watching another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. And remember, Internet, to stay scary. And also, be thankful that hospital security has gotten way, way better in these times. Oh my goodness, it just seems like in these movies, especially the older, the 80s and 70s, just how easy it is just to go into a hospital and just create chaos and whatnot. I mean, I'm sure it's part of it's imaginary. They must have had better security in real life than in the movies. But man, it just seems like hospitals in the 80s and earlier were just free-for-alls. You could just come and go as you please. Who cares? Whatever. No IDs. Yada, yada. Anyways. Just thankful that there's better security. Anyways, they must have watched these movies, right? Anyways. All right.